This is a good box set to get if you're looking to get it. The only film I don't like on here is Take Me Out to the Ball Game. It's not worth the box set, but if you can find this box set for, say, under 15 or lower, get it. My favorite film out of all these has got to be On the Town. On the Town and Anchors Away are pretty much the same film, except one's in the afternoon and one's at night. But On the Town is my favorite one because it's the afternoon version of it, and it's just, the story's a little bit better. But they're both pretty much the exact same film, just little tweaks here and there. Frank Sinatra Collection DVD, I got this for $8 on Barnes & Noble. The quality of these films are pretty good. They're not great. These are the films it comes with. I've seen The Man with the Golden Armor, and I've seen Till the Clouds Roll By. I have not seen Suddenly yet. I'm not a huge fan of musicals, but Till the Clouds Roll By, not a bad film. Freddy vs. Jason. A lot of people don't like this film. I think it was good for what it was, but I'll agree that this film should have happened probably in the late 80s, early 90s, definitely. It did take a while to make, but it was good for what it was. I do wish Kane Hodder did play Jason. It's a shame he didn't. But it probably made it that much better. But a good film, worth the watch if you're a fan of this franchise. Both of them, I should say. Pardon me. Funny Farm, very good film with Chevy Chase. Classic 80s comedy with him, classic obnoxiousness. He plays him and his wife. He's he wants to be a writer. He wants to write some books. So they move out to the country, and everything that can go wrong just goes wrong. The first day they move in, there's no electric. They have to wait pretty much they have to wait an entire day for the movers to show up with their stuff. It came out in 1985, and very good film. Game Plan with The Rock, good film. I've never seen Tooth Fairy. Tooth Fairy doesn't interest me that much, but this is worth the watch. Classic films, Ghostbusters, never seen them. Had this for about 3 or 4 years, this DVD set here. Never seen them yet. I do plan to watch them eventually. I've heard the second one's not as good as the first, but whatever. I'll be the judge of that. The first and only 2 Godfathers you need in the collection. The third one, to me, is a waste of time. Even the director, Francis Ford Coppola, said so. He said if he had to go back, he would definitely never have done a third one. He would have ended it at the second one. Goodfellas, classic mafia film. Another classic mafia film. This is one of the ones. Get the DVD, the actual version. Do not watch this on TV. It's not worth it. Not just because of the curse words, I think they just take too much out of it. Good Night and Good Luck, very good film directed by George Clooney. Based in the 1950s during the McCarthy era. Good Will Hunting, very good film. A lot of people should see, another good film. Gus Van Sant directed it. Stars Matt Damon, Robin Williams, Ben Affleck. Matt Damon basically plays a young guy with emotional problems. He goes to see a shrink, Robin Williams. It's a comedy drama, so it's not your typical Robin Williams comedy, but it has some funny parts here and there. This is the Cary Grant Bob Hope collection. This film, basically, I'm not going to pull it out because there's a lot of films in here. 8 or 9 films, basically just stuff they did. If you know anything about these two, it has basically, I would say, 8 or 9 of their most known films on 2 DVDs. This is one of those things, if you see this for like $10 or under, pick it up. Pretty good films on here. Green Berets, Vietnam film with John Wayne. Not too bad of a film. Grumpy Old Men and Grumpier Old Men. Very good films. The first one is better than the second one, but the second one does come pretty close to being good. Both of the Guess Who's Coming to Dinner films. This is the original and the one with Kutcher. Kutcher's is funnier, of course, but this one, it's good for what it was. You have to remember this was based in the 60s, so there was a lot of heat just because of the whole racial dating thing. Nowadays, it's not that much of a problem for most people. There you go. Very good documentary A lot of people talk about this. It is worth the watch. You learn a lot. This is much better than His Name Was Jason documentary. That documentary, His Name Was Jason, it just appeared more of a character thing. They really didn't get into how the films were made. They just talked about the character way too much, in my opinion. This one definitely makes up for that one. Haunted Mansion, never seen it. I've had this for like 7 years. I know I should watch it sometime. It just never interested me that much. This came out around the same time the Pirates film came out, so I guess that's what they were trying to do. You know, based on the rides, make films. The Heartbreak Kid. This is a remake, not the original. Very funny film, though, for a remake, in my opinion. It's obnoxious, but, you know, it's funny. It's worth the watch. Ben Stiller's in it. And his father's in it, too. He plays his father in the film. Jerry Stiller. Hellfighter's not too bad of a film. I haven't seen it in a while, so I can't tell you much about it. Not a Western fan. The Holiday. This film isn't too bad. It's kind of, you ever watch the film Wife Swap, the TV show Wife Swap on ABC when that was on? It kind of reminds you of this. Two films I've never seen. One stars Marilyn Monroe. Oh, not a Western fan. House of D. Good film with Robin Williams. It's written by the guy from the X-Files. I can't think of his name. I never watched the X-Files. But it's based in the 70s, and Robin Williams' character is mentally retarded. And he hangs out with this young kid, and they're basically best friends all throughout, you know, life in their teenage years. And basically, when he turns into his late 20s, it's time for him to move and all that stuff. He really doesn't want to because he doesn't want to leave Williams' character behind, and he feels bad for it and what's going to happen to him because, like I said, Robin Williams' character is somewhat mentally retarded in the film. Not fully, but somewhat mentally. It's a funny film. It's just not your typical Robin Williams comedy. But it is a comedy. It's worth seeing. Imitation of Life. Never seen these films. There's two versions of it. There's the original 1930s version, and then there's a 1950s version on here as well. Inside Job. Very good documentary. Definitely worth the watch if you're wondering what's been going on with the economy and why it's so hard to buy things and about inflation and where our money's pretty much going, where our taxpayers' money's pretty much going. This film gives very good insight. It's narrated by Matt Damon. It's definitely worth the watch. It came out last year. It won an Oscar last year for Best Documentary. Everybody should see this film at least once. Look it up on YouTube if you don't want to buy it or rent it on DVD. Invincible. Very good film with Mark Wahlberg about Philadelphia Eagle. He was a runner. Vince Papaglia, based in the 70s. He's basically your guy right off the streets. His friends dared him to go out and try out for the Eagles sometime during the 70s. He went and did it, and surprisingly enough, he won. He got the tryout, and he got picked for the team. Very good film to check out. It's a mad, mad, mad world. Mad, 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 mad world. Very funny film. A lot of people did reviews on this. They're all true. Definitely pick this film up and watch it sometime. It's very funny. James Dean, this is a 1970s television movie. The quality, this is another dollar store DVD. The quality of it's not too great, but I mean, you can tell the pictures from the 70s, but it's a very good story.